Okay. Hallie asks, what are the things you have feelings about, and what are your many feelings about those things? Do you want to eat a cake made out of rainbows? First off, yes, I do want to eat a cake made out of rainbows. A lot. I do. And what do I have feelings about right now? Right now I have a lot of feelings about why Supernatural Crowley and Good Omens Crowley are not the same person. So I'm just gonna use this opportunity to talk about that at length, probably with lots of embarrassing flailing about things. Yeah. Okay. For one, they're pronounced differently. I mean, not necessarily, I guess you can pronounce Good Omens Crowley however you want to, but in the audiobooks, it's like Crowley. And obviously in Good Omens, it's like Crowley. Which, I mean, they're both like perfectly valid ways to pronounce the thing. And, but like, it's always been Crowley in my head. And like, when in Supernatural, he was like, hello, I'm Crowley. I was like, you're who? Which really is no basis for anything. But it's just a thing. Like, it is in the audiobooks for Good Omens. It's, the guy pronounces it like Crowley, and I just it sounds softer, which is, you know, kind of fitting, I guess. But right. So the two Crowleys, on a very on a surface level, they're really similar, and like obviously Eric Kripke was like, hey, I read this book Good Omens, I'm totally gonna make this British demon named Crowley and it's gonna be great. But like, the thing about them is, like, even though they're both British and they both wear, like, black suits and they're both sassy and both really gay and, like, all of this stuff, and it's all, like, they're very similar on a surface level. And, like, they both, like, help out the good guys, like, whatever. But the thing about them is, like, their motivations are completely different. Completely different. Like, Crowley in Good Omens is a really good person, which is really not a good thing to be if you're a demon. So like, he obviously tries not to show that he's a good person and or whatever, but like, it was his idea to save the earth, and like obviously he says that like he wanted to save it because, you know, hell sucks, which, you know, it does, but he also cares a lot about free will and humans and like the all of the potential that they have, like both for good and evil. And like, if the earth is destroyed in some big stupid war, it's pointless. And you can kind of tell in the book that like he has a lot of love for the earth and for the human race and all this stuff that Crowley from Supernatural really doesn't have. Like, the reason that he's trying to save the earth is to save his own skin. Like, he just doesn't want Lucifer to take out all the demons because they're just human souls and Lucifer doesn't like humans. So like, the thing with that is like, Supernatural Crowley is like selfish, and like, he tortures things. Well, not like people, but like, I mean, I guess he does torture people too, but like, in all throughout season 6, that whole deal of like getting all the souls and like torturing monsters for the location of purgatory or whatever, like, that's all for his own personal gain, one, but also because he doesn't have a problem with like torturing anything, like he likes it. And I feel like that would not fly with Good Omens Crowley, because like, he's kind of a wimp. Like, he is very like focused on his own safety and like his own, like, saving his own skin or whatever, but like, it's not at the expense of others, basically. And like, there's that whole scene where Aziraphale is failing at magic and one of the dove up his sleeve had died, and Crowley brings it back to life just because, like, because he cares about it, or like about life or whatever. This video is gonna be really long. What else was I saying? But yeah, there's that whole thing about Crowley sleeping through, or like hating the 14th century more than anything in the world. And like that was when, like, it was boring, which I guess, sure, whatever, but like that was also the Black Plague happened then, and like it's one of my personal headcanons that like one of the reasons that he hated it so much was like there was just so much suffering and it was so bad and there was nothing that he could do about it. And like, I don't know, I just feel like he doesn't want to deal with that, I guess. And then like, but then you have Supernatural Crowley, who is like watching videos of like Hitler in his house and like having pictures set up of him in like Nazi uniforms and stuff. And I feel like that like would not fly with Supernatural, or like with Good Omens Crowley, because like he is a good person. He's accidentally a good person. So yeah, that's sort of the gist of that. Is there anything that I'm forgetting? Probably. Yeah. Also, Good Omens Crowley has a lot of love in his heart for angels. And I guess you could say that Supernatural Crowley does too, but in just a manipulating them sort of way. Like, that's the thing. The thing about Supernatural a lot of the times is it's like, it's sort of like it's trying to be Good Omens, but like in this like darker, grittier sort of way that's like takes all of the heart and happiness out of it. So like there is a lot of parallels between like the relationship between Crowley and Aziraphale and Crowley and Castiel, because like there's that whole deal where like they're sort of working together and they're kind of wary of each other at first and like all this stuff, but then like obviously in Good Omens it ends up like, you know, they're canonically like Word of God says they're living in a cottage together in the south of England on the coast, and you know that happens. And you know, then in Supernatural doesn't really end up like that. And obviously they were just like using each other anyway. It wasn't like they weren't in true love like other pairings might be. This video is 8 minutes long. No one cares this much about what I have to say about Crowley's. But yeah, so basically, if you write Good Omens Crowley and Supernatural Crowley is the same person, we can't be friends, basically, because they're not even remotely the same person. They're very different people, and like they're very similar on the surface. And you know, you can, I guess, if you really want to picture Good Omens Crowley as Mark Sheppard, you can, because I guess he sort of fills the requirements of like good cheekbones and dark hair or whatever, even though I feel like Crowley's supposed to be a little bit younger, a little bit taller. I mean, the dapper sexiness though is all there. So I mean, I guess if you want to do that, that's fine. But like, if you write them as the same character, I'm just gonna judge you and not read your fic. And yeah, so it's gonna happen. That really got away from me.